Bruh.
Come on, man.
Daddy, chill.
All right, here we go. We are live. Finally getting it here on a Sunday night. The Station 8 Studios for the Your Voice Talk Show. You can see behind me, we've got a new logo on the wall here. My name is Alejandro. It's Sunday night. I'm going alone. Mikey's out on assignment. And I'm going to fly the spaceship straight to the circus myself tonight. It's a warm one. We got 75 degrees here in the metro area currently. Feeling good. It's been a beautiful day after a couple of days of not so good weather lately. It's been kind of crappy and rainy and just kind of down. We're gonna be covering a bunch of stuff today, and we're gonna be talking about some people. I got some things particularly I want to talk about tonight. We're gonna be covering our Twitter page. That's been a lot of fun lately. I'm having a blast with Elon and the boys over there at Twitster doing the tweets. I want to talk about Bill Gates and Kerry and maybe Whitmer and the whole farm thing and how Kerry's got this whole war against farm going. Maybe we'll talk about some responsible manufacturing. We'll talk about whatever we want. We can, because what we're doing is protected by the First Amendment. How do you like that? Not bad. There's a lot of things we could talk about. We are open call. Again, my name is Alejandro. You can give us a call anytime for anything, 313-334-4203. And phone lines are open. Give me a call. Let's talk about something. Some stuff I want to talk about tonight myself personally. Where'd you go? Here you are. I lost my mouse. This whole Kerry Twitter, John Kerry, Bill Gates, coming after farming seems to be the weirdest thing to me. Bill Gates buys up all the land for farming, and then all of a sudden winds up sitting next to John Kerry when he announces pretty much how he's going to be going after farms in America because too much of their carbon footprint is too big. Which led me to ask some questions: Is commercial farming sustainable? With all the chemicals that are required, with all the diesel that's required, all these outside things. I mean, you got to really wonder how, like, if farming on that scale until the soil is dead, right? Is it sustainable in all the things that it takes to support it, as opposed to the sustainability and of farming your home? Let's see if we can pull this up here. Basically, here's what Kerry's got. GlobalMethaneHub.org. Okay, John Kerry saying he's thrilled to join Chile, Brazil, Australia, and 9 other countries in committee to reduce methane emissions from the agriculture sector. What does that tell you? There's 9 other countries. Global Methane Club. Oh, Global Methane Hub. I'm sorry. They should just call it Global Meth Hub. Kerry seems to be part of the Legion of Doom, which we'll get to later. Agriculture is the largest contributor to global methane emissions. Agriculture is the largest contributor to global methane emissions today. And if that happens to be the case, how sustainable is it? How sustainable is that? Commercial farming, again, versus farm home, seasonal, trade local. So if agriculture is the largest contributor to global methane emissions today, what does that mean? And reducing methane emissions is essential to keep 1.5 C within reach. We can go to the Global Methane Hub and check that out. But that's a lot of that's such a broad statement. So major the Global Methane Hub basically is for the major livestock producing countries committed to mitigate methane in agriculture, and there seems to be quite a few of those. So they are based in Santiago, Chile. I don't have any Santeria. I don't have a crystal ball, but today the Global Methane Hub announced that agriculture and environment ministers and ambassadors from 13 countries, Kerry said 9, including the United States, have issued a commitment to reduce methane emissions in agriculture last month. Now, what does that actually mean? How do you reducing methane? So we're going after the meat, the other animals? Is that what we're talking about? Car parts? Not car parts, cow parts. I didn't say co-part. I didn't say cow part either. Oh, there's you go. Camera 2 of you tonight. As I'm sitting here by myself, I could do whatever I wanted with the cameras, and that's okay. I don't mind. I have a little bit of fun doing that. Let's get back to this. So collaborate with the Ministries of Agriculture, Chile and Spain convened the first ever global ministerial on agriculture practices to reduce methane emissions. So Kerry's using these people as and this was probably something created by us or one of our own agencies. See, food systems are responsible for 60% of methane emissions, while agriculture was 30%. So food systems. So attack the food. Let's not find a more sustainable way to create food, but let's just attack. Let's attack this ridiculous situation. If 60% of the methanes are from food systems, okay, and we're talking obviously since we got 13 countries involved, how many are those on this side? So if this is a worldwide issue, why are we manufacturing food the way we are? That seems like a more logical question to me. Again, this whole thing is reactive instead of proactive, which brings me another topic I had wrote down. Oh, and look what we got today. Besides the new logo, we got this. I got a couple of nice Your Voice Talk Show notepads to go, logoed out, available at our merch shop. I don't know how much they are. They're cheap though, and they're very nice. And they come with a little handy pocket in the back. So you can double-sided, you can put things in there. Handbags, coffee, mugs, quite a few items up there at www.yourvoicetalkshow.com. Check us out there. That leads me to beg a couple of other questions here, man, about what's going on with the way we're making food if food systems are responsible for 60% of the methane emissions. And then what do we really know about methane emissions? Okay, so that's the Global Methane Hub. John Kerry now, John Kerry manages to make an announcement here. Let me see if I can find this and pull this up and read directly from the announcement. He was sitting with Bill Gates when he made this announcement, and to me, it just kind of it kind of freaked me out. It kind of freaked me out. Let me see if I can. You know what? Let me pull something up here. I'm gonna see if I can play this for you. Where are we at? I'm over here. No, wait, right here. I'll kind of play you the clip I made. Let me. Uh-oh. All right. Calm down. Let's see here. All right. We're going to try to get out of this. TikTok is ridiculous. Wow, that's a long way back. All right, kid. All right. Oh, my God. Shut the hell up. Wow. Why did I even open that? I tried to view something I wanted to view that I thought was going to be easy to get to, but apparently this thing does not want to cooperate. Okay, let's see here. Where did this go? Here it is right here. Let me pop this up on screen for you. You get to take a quick look at this on... Let me hold this down. And let me get hold on, what just happened here? Give me a second. See, I'm lost today. I'm lost without my sidekick, Mikey Mike, who's out on assignment tonight. And did not. Here we go. Check this out. What is Bill Gates doing there? I'm going to cover this article a little bit. So John Kerry joins this methane hub, including 13 countries, and then shows up with Bill Gates, who happens to be the largest owner of agricultural land in America. What is going in here? So, I mean, just it's such an obvious corrupt influence. When you get these guys together like this. If you're going to pause this to read later on, you can do that. But and none of this is very good. Now, of course, he keeps because they do it in Europe, we're going to do it here too. But you don't understand the critical errors that Bill Gates is creating. It's pretty terrible, if you ask me. And there you have it. Here's a cleaner view. Let me kill that. Although that's some good music. That's why I chose it, because it just sounds kind of hellish and destructive, almost like that Hell March or Death March from the Chinese army. You've seen that video where they're all just lockstep, goose step, just shaking the earth as they walk, as they march. Okay. Anyways, back to that camera, whatever camera it is. This one from over there. Hi, I see you over there. Thanks for joining me. I'm your host, Alejandro, on Your Voice Talk Show, produced by Station 8 Productions. We're out of the metro area, and we're going to be talking about some metro area crap. We're going to be talking about some state crap. I just got done with an intro piece here in regards to Kerry and Gates. It was one of the things I was mentioning to, and just started to dive into it right away. If you got an opinion, or if you know anything about what's going on with Kerry and Gates, you got something good to say about it, let me know. We need to hear this. 313-334-4203. We're open. Give me a call. We're about 10 minutes in here. I'm going to take a little sip. A lot of all this yapping makes the pipes dry. You know what that is? That's gingery. You can see it right over there. That's gingery. That's my stuff, man. My mom drank Burners, and I love it. Even as a kid, as today, it's a great alternative to those really dark, super sweet colas, and nothing like a little bit of ginger to, get you breathing wrong. Excuse me. Okay. So let me get us see if I can kick into some local stuff here. Again, phone lines are open. Give us a call. Some local news stuff I got here. There's always something crazy going on in the Metro Detroit area. That never fails us. That's never a fail, right? Let's see what we can find here. I have a bunch of stuff lined up. Let me dig it out for us. Okay. All right. Okay. Well, let's start out with this was yesterday. Okay. Now, again, I'll tell you, Detroit gets a lot of bad raps, but much like any city, any urban city, Detroit proper only has not even 640,000 residents, I believe. But the urban sprawl is incredible. We are stretched out. Okay. So Oakland County's got one for us. Sterling Heights mother killed at an Oakland County used car dealership in an apparent domestic incident. Royal Oak Charter Township, WWJ reports a woman was shot and killed in a used car dealership in Royal Oak, Chowder Township, in an apparent domestic incident. State folks also said Detroit Regional Communications Center received calls around 8:30 a.m. Saturday of shots fired. Legend Motors of Ferndale at 8 Mile in Wyoming. I was just there Friday. I've been spending a lot of time in 8 Mile in Wyoming. I can tell you that a lot of the bad shit that goes down in the city of Detroit goes down simply by association. I'm out there every day, all day long. With everybody in Detroit. I'm from north side to east side to west side to way the hell out. I cover a 400-mile radius. That's refreshing. Can't put the burners down tonight. So at Legend Motors, that's bad for them. I feel sorry for those guys. 8:30 in the morning on a Saturday. They might not have been there anyways. Man in a white Chevy Equinox was shooting, and a woman shooting and was on the ground. A suspect drove away from the scene before police arrived. According to state police, they found a woman dead in the parking lot with multiple gunshot wounds. Numerous shell casings were found at the scene. So that means somebody's going to get caught. Or guess what we got? We got a legal handgun that is being handled by a law-abiding criminal. That's probably what we got. About an hour later at 9:45, Detroit police said the suspect turned himself in at one of the precincts. He was arrested, transported to the Michigan State Police Metro North Post. The victim was identified as 40-year-old Sterling Heights resident. The suspect is Sterling Heights, huh? So that's quite a haul to be Wyoming at 8 Mile, 8:30 a.m. So that's probably the end of the night for them, I would think. That's what that story sounds like to me. 43-year-old from Oak Park, according to state police, they shared a child together, and the suspect was apparently waiting for her to work. So she went into work, and he was just being an asshole, decided to go there and shoot her. Yeah, disappointing report from the metro area, starting out our first one for some local stuff. Man, get to know somebody. They had a child. Now she's trying to get rid of him, working, trying to keep it together. And this asshole just goes and gives us good man a bad name. What a piece of shit. Michigan man wanted after 8 starving dogs rescued, 6 others found rotting in the yard. This was here in Michigan, a report by Fox News. I think we're going to cover the comment section on this one, right? This guy deserves it. People say a lot of shit, and I'll tell you what, sometimes it's hilarious. And this guy's got a lot of comments. So let's see what's happening with this man. He's wanted, so that doesn't say he was arrested. Michigan man is wanted in connection with an alleged dogfighting ring after deputies found 8 dogs chained in a yard. Okay, like how long has this been going on? 8 dogs chained in the yard and 6 others starved to death. That's not good either. Casey Autry Kidd, 29, is a felony arrest warrant for his abandoning animals. The Genesee County Sheriff Christopher Swanson during a press conference. Potential dog fighting ring. The dogs had multiple scarring and stuff, and kind of a proof that that's what was going on. But Casey Autry, Kidd, 29, is wanted on arrest warrant for abandoning animals in connection. And Genesee County Sheriff's Office is looking for his ass. If you see him, can you see that? Don't try to be that. That's Casey Autry, Kidd, wanted for cruelty to animals. If you can identify him, maybe I'll post his picture up on our Twitter page. Hit us up on our Twitter. I got the Twitter up. Where'd you go? Where did you go now? We're on Twitter, so if you want to send us a message on Twitter while we're live in the air, give us a call, 313-334-4203, and Your Voice Talk Show at Your Voice Talk Show at Twitter. Also coming to you live from Station 8 on YouTube at Station 808. Carry on with the local stuff. I'm producing and hosting today, running along without the Mikey Mike, the Metro Madman himself, Mikey Mike. So that's the end of that one. I don't want to talk about that guy. We just know that Mr. Autry Kidd is wanted for dog fighting. The all-you-can-eat best prime rib buffet in Michigan that you must try. I don't think I'm going to go there. I'm not a big prime rib fan, but I am a big ribeye fan. I'll tell you that. I love my ribeyes. Don't get me wrong. What else we got? Man shot during attempted robbery in Detroit an hour ago. So this is some fresh news. Fox News reporting Detroit police are investigating a shooting that injured a man early Sunday morning, which was this morning. Happened about 6:40 a.m. in the 9100 block of Dearborn here in Detroit. Police say 38-year-old male victim attempted to leave the location when 2 armed suspects approached and attempted to rob him. As the victim drove off, the suspects followed him and fired shots, striking the victim. The victim drove to the 9300 block of West Jefferson, called 911, and that was that. Police are still looking for the suspect at large. So another shooting in Detroit. Michigan repo agent takes vehicle with 2-year-old child in the back seat. This was a couple of days ago. Imagine that, being an overzealous repo dude with your, you just back up and drop and, roll and go. Somebody left their kid in the car and the repo man took them both. What do you think about that? That's in Flint. That happened in Flint. Repossession agent said they didn't know a child was in the vehicle during repo Friday in Flint. As her mother called 911, she said she saw someone driving away with her vehicle after she got it for a moment in the 2100 block of door. Her 2-year-old child was in the back seat. The woman followed the vehicle in a friend's car and told 911 dispatcher where they were. Officers discovered the vehicle northwest Carpenter Road. They told the police they hadn't checked the vehicle before driving away. The child was unharmed, returned to the mom. Apparently, they kept the car. So, pay your bills. Pay your bills. Repo man will come and get it. This is yesterday. Gun violence strikes 2 Michigan children in 2 days. A toddler is dead. See, these keep adding up. No wonder we wind up being Detroit was ranked in the last quarter, fourth quarter last year as the number 3rd, even though that's on a decline. We're declining. Those things are going down. Detroit ain't as bad as, again, like I said, everything that happens in Detroit happens by association. Although, hey, if you want to see some real Detroit, you want to see some of these neighborhoods in Detroit, some of Detroit's most dangerous, check out Charlie Boy 313 on YouTube, man. He's got some he'll take you through the toughest places in America. I'm telling you, this guy started out showing us Detroit's hard places, and he's been all over the country because his channel has just grown. But I recommend checking him out and seeing what he's got to offer. But somehow we wound up with a toddler dead here. 2 young Michigan children were shot within 14 hours of one another. So apparently, victims of statewide youth gun violence surge that a last check had claimed twice as many lives since the onset of the pandemic. Wait a minute. 2 young Michigan children were shot within 14 hours of one another. The latest apparent victims of a statewide youth gun violence surge that at last check had claimed twice as many lives since the onset of the pandemic. Lord help me. 2-year-old was shot and killed Friday night in an apartment complex outside Grand Rapids in Kentwood. News media outlets in the area reported citing police. A 5-year-old boy was shot in the hand at a home in Detroit Saturday morning and is expected to survive. Both shootings are under investigation. The shooting in Detroit's Dexter Linwood neighborhood on Burlingame was accidental. Police said the result of the boy getting hold of an unsecured weapon, which is getting to be a pretty common story. Unsecured weapon, unsecured weapon, unsecured weapon, unsecured weapon. At this point, there's so many unsecured weapons out there. I'm about to go, man, if you dumbasses that are even legally owning a handgun can't keep your weapon properly secured, you probably shouldn't have one. You probably shouldn't have a gun. If you can't keep your own firearm secure, you shouldn't have one. Kiss my ass. Otherwise, people get shot. Little kids get them. How many times is this story? And that guy that let his kid get a hold of the gun and left it out is probably going to be the first guy bitching about why nobody's protecting the kids in school too, huh? Jeez, oh, Pete. That's ignorance, America. That's ignorance. If you're going to own any type of firearm and have it in a home, especially a home with children, how's this happen? Oh, yeah, I just said it. Ignorance. That's how this happens. See this, I get all wound up when I start reading the local news and I find out why Detroit is number 3 when it comes to murders, especially the dumb ones, right? Especially these dumb murders, right? That was senseless. Okay, back to the story. We're going to see what else we got. And probably another shooting. 6 nuisance animals. Michigan property owners can kill without a permit now. You want to shoot some shit? Huh? Just remember, don't use a 22 long. Use a rimfire down here. We're on this side of the line. You got something in me eye? I've got something in me eye. Michigan Department of Natural Resources has expanded a list of nuisance animals that the property owners can kill without permit. And you know what? They probably did that because there's some viable aspect to them that we could use. The amendment adds beavers, rabbits, squirrels, muskrats, opossums, and weasels. Weasels? To that list. Interesting. Let's read that again. Beavers, rabbits, squirrels, muskrats, opossums, and weasels. It does not say raccoons, unless they're already on the list. The amendment also clarifies when species can be taken without a permit. So all these nuisance animals, they probably want to protect the mating period, so they just make more for us to take out later. Previously, the text says that property owners can take nuisance animals at any time and any number that the person's on the property. The new amendment clarifies that property owners can take nuisance animals at any time and any number of the person. I just read that, and is causing damage to the property or posing threat to human health or safety. So you can take them out if you want to. The DNR decision to add these animals to the list was based on the fact that they can cause significant damage to property, pose a threat to human health and safety. Beavers, for example, can cause flooding and damage to trees. Oh, well, that's what the fuck they do. Jeez. They eat trees. They build dams. Dammons. They build them dammons. Them dammons. All right, so you got 6 more species on the nuisance list if you want a free for all, but you better be careful how you're going to take them. Doesn't mean you can shoot them. You can trap them, but doesn't mean you can shoot them. Right? State of Michigan, that's the whole state. They're legal, but you better check with your county because it doesn't mean you can shoot them. Don't be stupid. Make sure whatever you're going to do, keep it secured, even if it's a crossbow. Hey, here's a good one. Which city in Michigan gets the drunkest award? This is from Lansing's WITL. Which city in Michigan and gets the drunkest award? And no, it's not Flint. Flint is not the drunkest award here in Michigan. We're going to find out who is, though. Let's see. Somewhat surprisingly, Flint, Big Rapids, Ferris State is there. Saginaw and Detroit are not the drunkest cities in Michigan. Go figure. Probably Ann Arbor. No, it's got to be Lansing. You know, they got state there, man. One time I heard Governor Schneider was going to give state to Ohio. And that's because the results, the benefit of that was that test scores were going to be going up in both states. That title goes to a city near Michigan's southern border with Ohio. Sitting along western shore of Lake Erie is Monroe. Monroe. Surely you passed it while driving along I-75, wondering how many people actually live there. As of 2021, the census was about just under 2,400. People living in Monroe by Michigan's southern city limits there up against the water. Lake Erie, Detroit River, 155,274 in Monroe metropolitan area. That's pretty interesting. A fun fact about Monroe is that Lazy Boy is headquartered in Monroe and has been there since 1928. And I used to do a lot of work for Lazy Boy, actually, when it comes to corporate identification on some particular levels. I did a lot of work for them, and they closed a couple places down though. But every time I go in there, I just love the smell of that place because it just smells like $1 million worth of comfort. And I had a good run in with one of the managers at a Lazy Boy not too long ago, where I was there to do some audit type work on some of the equipment they have, and one of the salespeople were going to take me across the sales floor to introduce me to the manager. And I don't know what got into me, but between my being greeted by the salesperson and on my way to the manager, I decided it was a good idea to, as I'm approaching the manager and she looks up at me, what I said next was, "Hi, I've been trying to reach you about your car's extended warranty." And right after I said that, everybody, including myself, we just broke up laughing for the moment because it was the most unexpected. I didn't even know I was going to say it, but I just said it. And at least I can say I said that to somebody out of just randomly, like I'm coming there to do something else. And all of a sudden I'm just there for your car's extended warranty. I thought it was quite the hit. And so did everybody else there, obviously. But yeah, Monroe turns out to be the drunkest city in Michigan. Here's to you, Monroe. Keep drinking the Bud Lights and maybe things will bend a little bit over. Oh, that's Burners, by the way. Pardon me while I fizz. I'm gonna fizz. Can you hear that? Effervescence refreshments. Yes, sir. Okay. Hey, man saved after Oakland County deputies find him overdosing during an unannounced house visit. What's going on around here? All right, let's check this out. Oakland County. That's my county. When members of the Oakland County Sheriff's Office Crisis Response Unit made an unannounced visit to a man's home, unannounced, they found him unresponsive with his eyes rolling back in his head. Yikes. According to the sheriff's office, the man had substance abuse, and mental health disorders, so they were following up with him at home in Pontiac around 10 a.m. The man was at the bottom of the stairway with his eyes open and rolling the back of his head. They gave him 3 doses of Narcan to revive him. He agreed to go to the hospital. Can you imagine, how often that is? I'm not going to get any more of that story, but that's some of the stuff going on here, even in Oakland County. You got a guy half falling down the stairs in some kind of seizure. Eyes roll. Who knows how long he'd been that way? How does that kind of stuff make the news around here? How does that stuff make the news? Why is that news? Why is some poor soul bent over backwards, falling down half falling down the stairs there, just kind of out of his mind and about ready to die, being saved by Narcan injections? I mean, how's that news? Disturbing. Hey, here's 5 things it's illegal to throw away in Michigan. You might find this kind of interesting. For those of you joining us, I'm your host, Alejandro. Give us a call, 313-334-4203. Anything you want to discuss. Everything is on the table. Bring your topic. We're going over some local Detroit stories I'm picking out of an app here, finding some of the crazy stuff. All the prevalent stuff is obviously bad news. You ever done a search for good news stories? How quaint, right? You got to know there's some real good stuff going on out there somewhere, and we got to find it. You know where that starts? With us. You want to see something good? You got to be something good. That's how you do it. You can't wait. You can't wait for somebody else to grab you by the hand and lead you down the street. You can't wait. You got to do it now. You got to do it yourself. If you want to see something good, you got to be that something you want to see. Here is the 5 illegal things to throw away in Michigan. And guess what? One of them probably is batteries. Thanks, Goshen. You got the biggest batteries. The list of items that are illegal to throw in the trash in Michigan is kind of surprising, as many of us not realize that it's not just local garbage companies making up the rules about what they can and cannot take to landfills. Michigan has laws in place to protect the environment and conserve dwindling space in landfills, according to Michigan.gov. Section 11514 of Part 115, Solid Waste Management of Natural Resources and Environmental Protection Act 1994, PA 451, as amended, and NREPA and its rules prohibit specific materials from being disposed of in a non-hazardous solid waste landfill. Okay, you aren't allowed to throw these 5 things away in Michigan. Here we go. Beverage containers. There are 2 ways to recycle your can and bottles in Michigan. Oh, cans and bottles. Plastic bottles, aluminum bottles, glass bottles. Okay. You can take it to the retailer that sells the beverage and get your deposit. Otherwise, click here to check out the recycling directory provided by Michigan.gov. There's a recycling directory. That was one of the topics I wanted to cover tonight. Responsibility in manufacturing. If you think that's something that's worth a discussion, you think it's worth discussing how do we make manufacturers responsible for the products that they manufacture with the chemicals and the substrates and the byproducts and all the refinement this and granulated that and hazardous toxic this and those, and with all these components that these manufacturers assemble and create all these products that we want to, we think there's some level of accountability for the things that they use that we give them. Okay. For some reason, it's become okay for this unsustainable level of manufacturing and consumerism to just kind of assume ownership of all of our water, all of our land. I mean, just kind of, how's that happen? Whitmer's doing the same thing. She's selling farmland to China. She's letting Nestle be the mosquito on the water artery of Michigan, and then this Goshen battery plant is going to be sucking down another, 500,000 plus, 750,000 plus gallons of water annually, or what kind of time frame is that even? 750,000 gallons of water. What was that, daily? I forget, monthly, weekly, some ridiculous high number, and some pathetically short time frame. And here we are now talking about how, Michigan, it's illegal to throw away your beverage containers, but yet Goshen. Where are we going to get all these minerals to make these batteries from? Where are those coming from? Some more stripped down land? Wouldn't surprise me one bit. Check my battery. I drove around these cordless mics. They're nice, but they need batteries. I have to run batteries in this car. It's got a nice warm tone. I like that. You like that? If you like my microphone, hit me up. Concealed title says on chat, Romans 10:9, eternal life. Accept Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior, and you will be given eternal life and be saved. Prophecies are being fulfilled. Don't get left behind. Yes, concealed title. You know what I'm going to tell you is that we are seeing the beginnings of transhumanism. Yup. The beginnings of transhumanism, where people lose themselves, they lose their identity. They're coming after our kids, right? The teachers, the teachers and their woke agendas. It's happening all over the place. It's happening here in Troy, which is another story I wanted to cover about this thing going on in Troy with the school board here in Michigan. Let me see if I can pull that up. We're coming up on the 60-minute mark, but I haven't been on quite that long. It was a little short. We were showing, I had about 20 minutes of that in some pre-show ambient music. Let's see here. Let me see if I can find it in an article. I think MLive told me that. See which books are banned in Michigan schools, which is pretty funny. And I'm sure there's some of those. Let's see here. I'm going to go to... Okay, right here. And I'm looking for this particular story. Let's see here. That's not it. That's not it. We're getting there. We're getting there. Oh, we got some Michigan prom photos, which I'm sure is a cool thing, man. I mean, congratulations to all these kids getting out of high school, man. I want to say I understand the work that it takes to complete that goal, and especially in the face of so much stress these days and so many expectations on our students, other than just the fact that coming to school as a person and learning, let alone worried about somebody getting murdered over it. Wrong place, wrong time. That's a bummer. Somebody lost a camper trailer split in half on I-96. This was earlier today. Somebody got their weekend ruined and lost their camper. Nope, it's gone. Where am I at? I'm looking for this Troy School District story in regards to some changes they were making. And it was the grading system, right? For math, it was something they were doing in math, and basically that was they were trying to change the grading system, right? They're trying to remove honors from some of the academics in Troy school system, so and restructure it. And the only thing I found after deconstructing that whole thing was the only thing I found was that the only benefit out of that was going to be that you're going to retain the more capable children in a lower grade for that particular subject and increase some test scores, and all that's just going to be to the benefit of the teacher while you're holding these kids back from their fullest potential. So basically, they're asking the best players to stay in AAA when the big leagues are calling. You feel me? They're asking these children to stay in the AAA league when big leagues are calling, because it'll make the AAA coach look better. Is the only benefit to Troy's school districts changing the grading system there on those kids and removing the honor system. You know that an honor system is a stepping stone, in academic achievement. It's a recognition for your exemplary performance, right? Why would you take that away? I mean, I wish these people need to make up their mind, because at some point they're like, everybody gets a trophy, and now they want to change grading for what? Oh, because it benefits the teachers and these woke asses that run the education system. Also, the same woke asses that, have changing closets so they can be like Superman and wear the clothes that really show their personal identity. And today, little Timmy wants to be a girl dinosaur. And they're not telling your children. Talk about wasted resources, right? Holy crap. That's a whole nother topic. Not for a whole nother time, though. I'll tell you that. Look at me, double mouse. I want to give you the camera 3. You are watching the Your Voice Talk Show. Pew, 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 pew. We are on Station A at YouTube, www.youtube.com, at Station 08. Catch us there. You can catch us at Twitter. Yep, thank you. You can catch us at Twitter at Your Voice Talk Show. Also on TikTok, go strike up a conversation. Go strike up a conversation with us. Also at Your Voice Talk Show over at TikTokies. And, let me know if you're out there listening with us, if you're hanging out with us. I've been thinking about, I left Facebook a little while ago. A little while ago. And,
Bruh.
I haven't been happier since. Out of all the shut-ups I got for Mark Zuckerpuck, I only had to tell him to shut the hell up one time, and I haven't heard a peep out of him since. However, my face and my photos still grace the pages of face puke. Fake book, as I like to call it. Fake book. Also think about fake book. I think Mark Zuckerberg didn't go to testify. He went to receive instruction. Receive instruction. He didn't go to tell. Dorsey, yeah, same thing. Went to receive instruction. Whitmer, same thing. Went to receive instruction. Excuse me, I'll enjoy my Michigan-made Vernors. That's so damn good. I love my Vernors. But so that's the number 2 thing you can't throw away is your bottles. Michigan.gov will tell you, I'll give you the recycling directory so you can burn gas to get your bottles there. Michigan landfills do not accept beverage containers. Okay, lead acid batteries. No, those are worth some money at the scrapyard. If you know anything about scrapping, you'll know that those are worth some money. You can get, depending on the size of the battery, too. Scrap tires, you can't take those to a landfill. What the hell are they going to do with scrap tires? Right? I don't know. It's been a mistake ever since. And I don't know what to do about that. But for me, tires is right up there with batteries. I'm going to tell you that. Another thing you can't throw away is yard clippings. This item really depends on your local landfills. However, Michigan.gov has to say about yard clippings. Yard clippings such as grass, leaves, sticks, land trimmings should be composted on site or taken to a composting facility. Well, I have a yard clipping service that comes with my my trash service, which we pay for separately. Empty drums. Michigan landfills will accept drums of most Michigan landfills will accept drums full of solid waste. Landfills will even accept crushed drums. However, you cannot drop whole empty drums in Michigan landfills. There are special drum recyclers that will take your empty drums. I think most of the items on this list are surprising items like grass clippings. I've assumed the list are prohibited items in order to conserve space in landfills. Otherwise, I don't understand why not. But there's some dumbest laws of Michigan there to be followed up with that article as well, too. You are watching the Your Voice Talk Show. I'm your host, Alejandro. Give us a call, 313-334-4203, and let's talk about whatever's floating your boat or grinding your gears. Let's get some therapy going. Call me up and complain about something. Call me up and let's get some recognition. Maybe somebody's got some good news and seen some good stuff going on, man. That's always nice to talk about. If you got anything going on like that, or you see anything like that, we'd like to hear about it. Some other stuff. Did you guys hear about what the NAACP said? They issued a warning to Florida. Yeah, people going to Florida, for specifically black people going to Florida. It's pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy. Let me see this. We're going to go over the Twitters for a little bit here. I think we're going to move into that segment, and I'm going to set that up as we speak. This is going to be kind of fun, I think. I've had quite a fun day on the Twitter today, and I'll show you exactly why. Of course, commenting on many things. I'm following the president, Barack Obama, and Candace Kuntz. Also, we might take a visit to the Candace Kuntz webpage or Twitter site. I think you'll have fun with that as well. So, yeah, hit us up, send us a text, start a conversation on Twitter at Your Voice Talk Show on Twitter. So let's take a look at what we got here. Move on over. All right, here we go. Here's my homepage. We got some notices in here. Okay. Let me swing this out of the way and get situated. All right. I'm sure you can see what's going on here. All right. Okay. So today, let's go to my homepage. Let's drop this home right here. Let's get here and see what's happening. All right. We are following a doctor, Anastasia Maria Lopez. I think you got to subscribe to get all her stuff. Although she posts a lot of stuff. So this is my feed right here. This is my feed on Twitter. This is the Your Voice Talk Show feed. Here we are. Right here's our logo. My tweet's now available. I'm not worried about that. Clown World, everybody's favorite. Let's see what we got to say here. I'm shocked. Oh, I don't know. What do you think about that? That's clown. Oh, hey, look, Dr. Constance Kuntz posted for us. Let's see what Constance has to say. Quite an intriguing personality here. We have a photo, obviously pro trans, LGBTQ map, all that. Dr. Constance Kuntz, she, his as her pronouns. I implore Joe Biden and his boss, the esteemed Alejandro Mayorkas, to place this thing at the southern border. We would completely solve the illegal immigration and border crisis within hours. A border wall will not be needed. So this woman says here the Hall of Shame is open for refugees. Get your tickets now. Maybe we'll revisit her. Epic Times. The study was held following the rise of workplace accidents to their highest level in 25 years last year. American workers using marijuana on the job rose to a historic high last year, according to a new study. Well, duh, everybody's legalizing this shit, and it's not like alcohol. You're gonna be passed out, but that doesn't. You know what? These people, they're smoking pot on the job, have been doing it for a long time. So I don't even want to hear that. I'm gonna tell you that right now. I've worked with a lot of these guys. I've seen them. Troubling marijuana use amongst workers jumps to historical high. That's the Epic Times reporting that one. Also, another report by Epic Times, President Biden says he believes he can raise the debt ceiling unilaterally under the 14th Amendment without GOP support. So, yeah, that's pretty shitty. Yeah, and Ukraine just got another $3 or $13 billion from the Pentagon. It's like, oh, look, more money. It's absurd. How does the Pentagon? When was the last time the Pentagon came up with extra money? And now Zelensky's, going to Arabia, begging the Arabs for weapons, support, going to G7, flying around, while we're going to attack if you look up in the sky, right? We might want to talk to the airline companies about the CO2 problem instead of the farmers, huh? Why don't we start there, Carrie? The FBI and the Democrats, look at them both of them standing at the urinal holding hands and making yellow shoes. That's about what's going on. And the CIA getting them both to do each other dry at the end of every day under the covers. Epic Times has been a spotlight. Here we got a public advocate post, stand with Tucker to protect children's innocence today. Another thing that's big with me is, man, America's children are under attack. And people are trying to be nice about it. But how long is it going to be? Because you know what? All this stuff that you see in grooming that you think is grooming, it is grooming. Because the one thing I'm going to tell you about these people, they put these people that are after your kids, right? They're after your sexuality to create you to make you become more transhumanism, where you're not a man, or where you're just not even anything that was naturally created. Now you're a GMO. You're trying to be made into a GMO. Okay. You're trying to be bioengineered to become a GMO. Bioengineered to become a GMO. That could be a song. That could definitely be a song. But they're after your kids at every level. I don't have kids in school today. I mean, but I'm not going to tell you I could care less. But my kids are going to have kids in school. Okay. Their kids are going to need some form of education, some way to pass down everything. But Tucker, man, signed the petition to Congress. Oh, the rat-headed libertarian. She looks like Courtney Love. 28.1% Courtney Love was her match. Associated Press had some good stuff right there at the end. Here we go. All right, this is right on right here. Here we go. You ready? Let's read this one. Let's go to this. From the Associated Press, the A&P reports the NAACP has issued a travel advisory for Florida, joining other civil rights groups. Okay, so the NAACP apparently is not the only one doing this. Listen, warning potential tourists that recent laws championed by Governor Ron DeSantis are openly hostile towards African Americans, people of color, and LGBTQ plus individuals. Okay, that's what they're saying, that the NAACP has done. And it's true. I was at their site. I've also questioned them and yet to hear from them. Half of Brazil. We've got a comment on this one. We're going to read some of these comments to this. Okay. Half of Brazil goes to Disney World every summer. Florida will be okay. Okay. What does that tell you about Brazil? Half of Brazil goes to Disney World. So if you're a refugee from Brazil, when half of those residents basically, or even a good portion of them, are making their way to Florida for Disneyland, how bad is it down in Brazil? What do we get here then? The element that doesn't want to comply to a society that's got some damn expectations when it comes to how you conduct yourself on the daily, right? Who runs from Disneyland trips? Detective Andy Sipowicz, a parody account, but he's right about Brazil. So don't go to Florida if you're of color. Got it. By the way, now when do they get rid of the workforce? Which group of people are going to respond to the next time a Category 5 level hits their state? Well, this guy Ash Pro, that's a pretty stupid thing to say. That we know that's not the case, right? Look at this guy, Florida Freedom. I mean, come on, we got some Florida dudes on YouTube that are down in the glades, right? Like if you can think of one of your favorite YouTube Florida accounts, I think It's Wix is one of my favorites, man. That dude's hilarious. But look, we got Florida Freedom laughing his ass up at this NAACP shit because it's not true. Look, Brian Moore, what an absolute joke. All we do is make people trust the NAACP less, and they should trust such a ridiculous institution with desire to promote racism. I'm not a fan of DeSantis, but that's a little much, don't you think? So somebody out of Chicago, an obvious, maybe a centrist even, but he's got 4-star flag. I don't know what's going on with that, but that is a little much, and I do think so, and it's absolutely absurd. It's absurd to think that Florida is openly hostile to. No, that's not no. Are you kidding? Rednecks aren't like that. Rednecks know that they're redneck, and everybody else is just as redneck, but in their own way. And that's what I get out of Florida. I mean, yeah, a bunch of stupid. You got crazy people in Florida like you got everywhere, but this is America, and we're all a little damn crazy. Wouldn't you think? I would. Going over the Your Voice talk show Twitter account, give us a call, 313-334-4203. We're just covering the inbox, and we're covering our front page and just kind of going over. Right now, we're at the point of discussing NAACP of Florida being openly hostile to people of color and the alphabet groups. Ron DeSantis is supposed to be after these people. I've made some comments in regards to some of these things for sure. We're going to get there in a second. Cassidy Max says, I'll never spend another one of my tourist dollars in Florida. You know why? Because of what the NAACP says. You gonna do some research on that, there, bud? The fact that some of these comments that we get, heartbreakingly outrageous, voted against that guy twice, extremely upset to see what he has pushed through. Well, why? Because the NAACP told you? When will the Obamas be held accountable? Oh my God. This is crazy. Trump's willing to treat his fellow citizens like mortal enemies. This is Luke Zaleski. Trump's willing to treat his fellow citizens like mortal enemies. He's the most divisive character in American history. He's an effective vehicle for Putin's aim of destroying the nation. He's dividing and conquering us. The fellows have no idea they live inside a giant lie. Well, you know what? As far as I'm concerned, being as center as I am, both the two wings of the same shitty bird. Looks like an eagle, but it tastes like a damn vulture. This is not America. Speaking about living in a giant lie, that is not Florida. So Elon Musk, why are you allowing this attack on Florida on your platform that you purchased and tagged? We won't even fly over to Florida anymore, largely due to slaughter of gays and by people of color. Dr. Feline, yes, that's right. You should be quivering in anger. Zaleski made another one. Richard Petty, if you get your travel advice from the NAACP, be sure to adhere to it because we don't want you here. Fair enough. Whatever, asshole. But Mexico, Richard Petty. Yeah, I can imagine how petty. But Mexico is peachy keen. I love Florida, even likes Canadians now, not traveling there again. Yeah, somebody else is laughing their ass off. So that's some of the stuff we got there. From the AP, which I was talking about earlier, and I thought that was pretty reckless of them to do. In the sense that one, they just assumed that black people needed to be told that Florida is now hostile territory because you're black. You think all the fucking Latinos in the Latino community that live down in Florida would allow that? The legal Latinos even? I don't think so. Anyways, let's go to the inbox. Probably going to make our way there to the inbox. We got some stuff. I had some fun earlier. If you're following the real James Woods, which I do, I had some fun with James Woods in a post he made about Joe Biden. James Wood tweeted, which I found pretty funny. James Wood tweeted, there will be a quiz following this video. Please follow the facts presented herein very carefully. Of course, we've got, as you can see here, we've got Joe Biden making a speech, and I didn't even get into it. I could just tell by Joe's history and knowing James Wood's, sarcasm exactly what the conclusions were with Joe Biden, which were what are the conclusions. So the initial one of the replies here was I got from Blake Harris, and he started the whole thing. And of course, the opposite of presidential for 500, Alex, right? And of course, me being Alejandro, I go Alex by short. I jumped right in there. I was like, okay, here we go. Daily double. Okay, here's the question that I gave you, that I put out for the here's the category opposite of presidential for 500. Here's the daily double question. In 2023, the G7 Legion of Doom met in this city. And we got a response from some people. Somebody had responded to this. It was we had another person respond with a wrong answer. They said Soros, and it was Douglas Decker's turn, and we gave it to him. He says, so what is Hiroshima? And that's right, for the win. Douglas Decker is the new reigning champ on Twitter Jeopardy. So congratulations to you, Douglas Decker, from Your Voice Talk Show. I just want to let you know, congratulations for winning that quiz on the James Wood post. What else we got going here? Now, we found a lot of things going on. Twitter's a very interesting place. I have a lot of fun there. It's a very, it can be very intellectual, and you can really find the dolts of the neighborhood, that's for sure. We're coming up on the hour and a half. I am your host, Alejandro, holding the microphone now, getting away from the Twitter box for a minute. Give us a call, 313-334-4203. Let's discuss your whatever you want to talk about. We can do that anytime. Whatever it is you want to talk about, and nothing's off the table, nothing's off limits. We can discuss anything you want, anything I want. So just kind of where we're at now is we were talking about the NAACP making designating Florida hostile territory to people of color and people of the alphabet community. And I don't know if that's a derogatory remark, the alphabet community, because it sure is a bunch of alphabets. And I'll tell you, if they keep adding to this alphabet community, because they're trying to be so inclusive and diversified, they're going to identify as a VIN number eventually. I mean, I know that's pretty much what I've done for some security code stuff is diverse, just give it kind of a VIN number, which is always kind of cool. They're hard to figure out and usually turn out to be a very strong passcode. So let's head it back to the Twitter box. Going through the Your Voice Talk Show inbox. Here's another one. Please don't label them a minority. They'll get status. And what is that one about? Are you ready? Hold up. If you're watching out there, if you're joining us, you got to watch out for this. Here it comes. What? Nudista antifascista. So no fascists for notice. This is obviously looks like Italian or Spain or something like Portuguese, maybe. Dr. Anastasia Maria Lupus. This is about human rights. Okay, right. What about, this article goes on to call these people a minority. And I was like, my response, the Your Voice Talk Show host said to them, please don't label them minority. They'll get status. I don't want to be out on a sidewalk enjoying a lunch with my family and then have the nudista come by and decide it was time for me to realize that they exist because I can do it. So that was one I had a lot of fun with. I was kind of surprised to see that. Oh, you know what? Here's one for you. Let me show you this one. This one, every time. Sometimes guts is enough. Man, let me tell you what. When you're down to guts is all you got. When guts is all you got, it's got to be enough. Because you ain't got nothing else. I'll tell you that. Guts have got to be enough most of the time, and it's got to be enough all the time. You make sure you're better than that, but it's got to be the core. You got to get to the gut. You got to trust your gut, and you got to use your gut. Back to the Twitter page, Twitter box. That was one of the tweets I kind of liked there. It was inspiring for a guy like me. And farmers tortured, killed, and strung up in now this goes back a little bit. It was a big article that seemed a big topic about Kerry coming after the food. Okay, and I made a comment in relation to what happens. That was the point of my statement. Obama, we'll come back to Obama. Let me get to this because what happened in here we are back at the Kerry Obama thing. What happened in Africa with the the chasing off the white farmers and the way that happened was very torturous. And also the result of what Kerry and Gates have got going on here. If you see them sitting together, probably reaching around. Maybe a little bit of Tom Thumb action going there. I bet Gates has probably got some nubby thing on the center of his chair, making decisions about, Mr. Tech is making decisions about, United States agriculture over here. But the point about my statement about the farmer situation that existed in Nigeria and Africa was the fact that the outcome was the same: food shortage. Pooch, now whether it was manufactured there in Africa or not, I don't know. However, it's something that could be easily done, and people can be easily manipulated to be felt like they're in a position of lesser or no value, and have egos and jealousy take over their decision making, and you wind up with these things like you had here, And some of the responses of this are pretty incredible. My comment got so far I'm at 4 retweets and 6 comments, 122 likes. I've had 9,900 impressions on it. So, and it's been bookmarked a couple times as well. My comment from your voice goes also in South Africa, when all the white farmers and their families were mostly butchered just before a timely food shortage. And again, my point was the aftermath of getting rid of the farmers. And this minister of Bitcoin wanted to go on and tell me no one was butchered. Their wives is the murderer. Stop trusting the media and get your facts right, moron. Well, come to find out, the TAU, the agricultural union there, had to do they did an inquiry and a study on how likely you were to be murdered as a farmer. Now, when the agricultural union has to do that, it's not good. So I don't know what to tell you, Minister of Bitcoin. You might want to stick to ministering Bitcoin, because maybe you're rich. Maybe you're rich. You're a rich bitch. You should have bought some knowledge. I paid $8 at Twitter. How come you don't? I can research for $8. Uncle Nell, killing of white farmers becomes a flashpoint in South Africa. Published 2020 something. Outside a court hearing 2 black suspects in murder case. Okay, this is just a random reply to this whole argument of what was going on. And again, the point is what Kerry and Gates got going on, and the end result of that, moving on agriculture and commercial farming, just taking over your food in your life, just putting every nasty thing they possibly can. And Bill Gates, man, I'm telling you, that he's got problems. He is so bored. He just gets into everybody's business. He's such an idiot. Bill Gates. Oh, that's disgusting. He's a disgusting person. So that was in relation to the agriculture thing going on, man. I've been busy on that one. Here's the what is Hiroshima answer, if you can see that. Here's the minority again. Yeah. Hey, was anybody listen here? Brittany Gaines. Brittany Gaines. How's Brittany Gaines not a sellout? Because I just not tell you who was going to the basketball games. Brittany Gaines not a big player anymore. She ruined it. She ruined it for you, and that's what you're experiencing. If you look at that, take that look. Look at that. Look at her face. And we come out here. Is that a man? Dave Big Rig said, "Is that a man?" And I said, "Most likely, and with shower privileges." I got 4,472 views on that one. We should view the analytics. What do we got? 12 engagements, 2, and I got 2 profile visits out of that one. Huh? What do you think about that? That's kind of funny. Yeah, most likely, and with shower privileges. Man, sometimes a slap in the face is deserving of that. Let's get back to the note. Oh, we got some fresh stuff in here. Oh, I'm so incredibly disgusted. Okay, let's go over this. If you're with us, you're watching the Your Voice Talk Show at YouTube at station 808, station 08 at symbol STATION 08, youtube.com. Check us out on Twitter at Your Voice Talk Show, 2 words. Also on the talk, Your Voice Talk Show, also 2 words. Getting silly tonight. As you can see, my buddy Wally's here with me. I've had him for quite a while. Him and I have been through a lot. He's also very and highly sensitive to plasma cutters. That's right. Interesting. That's a conversation for a later time. But I was mentioning earlier that people in the school are coming after your kids, right? They are also a lot of people. Here's the thing about schools. Let me tell you something about people that are sex workers. They have uncontrolled fetishes. They have dysphorias. They have unhealed trauma. They have resentment. They have loathing. They have insecurities. And the list goes on and on. Okay. And when inside of all that, the one thing that these people do to satisfy all these primal urges that they seem to have no control over is they put themselves in places of access. Yeah, places of access. That's what they do. And it's rampant in some families. Like I know a family that's got a lesbian prison guard working in a ladies' facility, for the state of Michigan. The same family also has a sister that was married to a pedophile because it was the best thing for her and nobody else would be with her. Yeah, so they kept it quiet. Yeah, they kept it quiet and hid this guy. They hid it because it was good for her sister and her ego or whatever the fuck, maybe. I don't know. And he was never there anyway. He says, out pedophiling. Being a pedo. And then a massageur in the same family. I know. This is all one family. I'm going to call themselves conservative but live a lifestyle. Like the extreme. Man, what a shitload of gaslighting that is. Holy shit. They'd be the first group running around trying to claim Trump, but then living like, that's some two-faced double life shit right there. And it matched all the gaslighting. Yep, quintessential, right? And people that have these sexual dysfunctions and uncontrollable pelvic urges and really talk about the genitals first community, right? They put themselves in places of access. That's what they do in schools. Have your kids and becomes a place of access, right? Just like the church was a place of access, like the Boy Scouts is a place of access, right? Like after school activities are places of access, right? How many places like all the little zap zones and the birthday places are, malls are places of access. Playgrounds are places of access. Hospitals are places of access. These sickos thread themselves in there. Like, we're going to take a look at this guy here. We found a teacher hiding it from the parents. Like I said, the closet, if you were here with us earlier. Again, I'm your host, Alejandro. Motor City Mike is not with us right now. Maybe he'll give us a call later on, but he is on a special assignment, undercover, doing undercover Mike things that Mike does undercover. But we're going to move over to the Twitter box here. Let me drag you over there. There we go. We're going to bring this up. Okay, so here's my reply to the post. Okay, basically it just says, I'm so incredibly disgusted. Like, this made me like, I could almost feel look, hey, if you take a quick look over here, there's your boy, Alejandro, Your Voice Talk Show, following the world famous Clown World because they rock, exposing people for what they are. So I'm incredibly disgusted. We're going to switch. We're going to roll up on this and take a quick look. And we're going to let this educator give you the lowdown. And just fair warning, like if you're familiar with Matt Walsh, like this dude totally got Matt Walsh vibes. Okay, here we go. Oh, there he is. Hold on. Let's get a pause here. Let me set this up for us. Let's play with this asshole for a minute. Ready? What? Your mouth is moving, but all I hear is nothing. Your mouth is moving. All right. Let's get him situated. Get the volume up. We got some volume and go. Oh, come on. Get over here. What's the hold up, Buttercup? You were just getting ready to play for me a second ago. I don't know what she's a doing. Oh, what does she's a do? I don't know what the she's a do. But she's a do something. Huh. We don't have a load. Let's get back here. What happened to this? Oh, we're at a little bit of a hang up here. I don't understand what's happening. Maybe they shut my internet up. I don't have enough carbon credits to let the internet keep going. That's kind of odd. Come on, carbon credits, kick in. Huh. What's going on with you? That kind of ruined my whole game. Let's get back here. Let's try and reload it. No. I'll go to home. Oh gosh. Let's get to notifications. Where you at? Here we go. All right. Let's get back to the I'm so incredibly disgusted. And I just lost that again. To my comment. Sorry, everybody. This took me a little bit here. Here we go. Listen carefully. What do you think? I think that's a pretty bad message. They're letting your kids play trans dress up and manipulating your kids because their minds are so like you can't even drink until you're 21, but you're going to be making decisions on your sexual orientation at 5 and 7 and 12. This is absurd sickness. This is what's going on in schools across the nation, right? Your schools are infiltrated by these people, by this guy right here. Yep, this guy right here is gonna instill transhumanism in your child. You feel me? This guy right here. Absolutely disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. I'm incredibly disgusted over this one. We got a notification here. What are we talking about? Yeah, we got another like of that. I only got 26 likes on that one, but I just made that this early this morning. And again, you can check us out at Your Voice Talks on Twitter. Give us a tweet. 313 334 4203. Give us a call. We'll discuss your subject. If there's anybody out there listening, we're heading up on the hour 45 mark here. We got about another 15 minutes to go for the show. And I think we're going to get a little background music going again here, kind of make it nice. And here we go. Let's see what we got. There we go. Using a little bit of royalty-free background music for the Your Voice Talk Show. Coming at you Sunday night at 6 o'clock, every Wednesday at 7. Check us out. Hit us up at comments at www.yourvoicetalkshow.com. Check us out. We have a little bit of merch store going on over there. Just going over some topics that have been very upfront here lately in Michigan and national news. Kind of summarize the evening here. We went over some local stuff and covered some shooting stuff here in the Detroit area, which seems to be a big deal for sure. A lot of that going on. Unfortunately, we covered some state stuff and made some connections between what China's got going on with Goshen, this battery plant, and they also have a diplomat that's based in Chicago that comes to Michigan to make agricultural deals. But yeah, we got John Kerry and Bill Gates running around the country in some World Economic Forum, touting about the 30% of cow farts that American agriculture makes. We eat way too much beef. We eat way too much beef. Like cows fart enough to make a difference in the world. Like, I mean, even though there was no controlled numbers of herds that ever grazed the earth before, and somehow we're all still here. The fudge. So the ridiculousness of Kerry and Gates. I'm going to tell you right now, Bill Gates is a real threat to the sustenance of your family, for your family. John Kerry, Bill Gates, at World Economic Forum in the Legion of Doom, G7. Forgot to mention Obama did a thing the other day, yesterday, I think it was, about a tribute to Jim Brown, even though I didn't know. I'm too young to know of Jim Brown and see him play. I still admire his courage. Blah, 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 blah. The only thing I had to say is him is you'll never be as good as Jim Brown, Obama. Where's Manshell? Yeah, he started using the pronoun man. Man, him, man. You can call me him, man, him. Right? Leave the cis out, right? Because I ain't a cis. That's that. Don't put your labels on me. I'm just call me a man. I'm a he, him. If you want to use pronouns for me, you better use he and him. I'm not gonna. You can call me whatever you want. I don't give two shits. But just don't push your agendas on me. Right? See, that's what sucks about when you put these glasses on, you can't take them off. And sometimes you got to be really pushed to the edge before you start seeing and having the power to call the truth out. And even if it's an ugly truth of your own, right? That's why we do this. Because I want to put these people on notice. They're not gonna run me down like that. I'm not gonna let them run you down like that. I'm not gonna let them run us down. You know why? Because we lost our United We Stand here in America. We did. We're not all staying together. I see that a lot, though. I'm gonna tell you that. You know, the media is gonna be pushing a lot of racism. I don't see it being in Detroit, being in the Metro Detroit area. I don't see it. It's not there. Don't let yourself get fooled by these gaslighting liars that have their clutches deep within the roots of our country and are pulling it apart by the school, by the family, right? So not only they're attacking the family with food, they're attacking the family with bills, they're attacking the family with transhumanism. I'm not even going to call it transgenderism anymore. It's beyond that. It's going to go beyond that. It's going to go to you losing yourself in transhumanism. Look it up if you don't know what that means, or if you don't know where that leads us, right? Or if you're at any level of spirituality, where that leaves everybody else. Because I know those of you who are truly spiritual and are born within, right? You're not going transhumanism. It can't happen. But those of us who realize what's going on really feel bad for the people that this is happening to, and the people that are allowing themselves, these people that are caught up in the lies and the fog and the deception. All right? Deception is huge out there. Yep. I had to shake a lot of it myself. This is how I know. I was forced to put those glasses on, and now I can see it and I can't unsee it. And it's so bad for me that I gotta put it out there, and I gotta help you see it, because maybe it'll do you some good. Coming up on the 150 mark, having a casual Sunday night at the Your Voice Talk Show. We covered the Twitter box, going through all that stuff. Talking about a lot of things tonight. Had a little bit of fun. Missing out on the Mikey Mike out on assignment, my co-host, usually here every Sunday night. But tonight we're missing him. So we're kind of rowing the boat by ourselves here tonight, and that's okay. We don't mind. We got a little bit of background music going here. It's pretty simple, pretty quiet. But going over some other things. Some of the heads up stuff that's really pushing the news tonight. The Associated Press also reports the FBI tribes police investigation fatal shooting of tribal member by U.S. Border Patrol agents. Yikes, 2 hours ago. Oh my God, in Arizona, in El Hoyo, Arizona, FBI and Tohono O'odham Nation police are investigating a fatal shooting by a tribal member by police. Yeah, see, that's where the real travesty in this country is at. A lot of people want to cry, and a lot of people, but you know what? I'm going to tell you right now, They there's a small group of us who are really, or a small group of Americans who are really paid the price. And Columbus didn't discover shit. I'll tell you that. He didn't discover shit. All he did was start a bunch of shit. Did Hitler say to conquer a nation first, replace science with Christianity? It's a thought. It's a thought. It's an intellectual thought. Unless you're struck by dogma, you consider it. The Independent reports 3 hours ago that 3 people killed and 2 wounded Kansas City nightclub mass shooting 3 hours ago. That was last night, so they must have put this out this morning. Kansas City, that's where you get the beef in America today. Also a producer of 10% of the carbon output in America. We got some photographs of 70s kitchens. You know what? Let me click on that. I mean, I grew up in the 70s kitchen in Detroit, so let's see if they got anything worth looking at here. It's not looking like it. It's kind of wrong. What? Oh, here we go. Oh, yeah, there's some 70s kitchen stuff. Not bad. It's kind of quaint. It's not what we would hope. They're too exciting. I don't think I'm going to put it on the screen, though. Back to my feed. Oh, a grandmother somehow scoops a $5.6 million Cornish mansion for only $30. I don't even, that's clickbait. 40 things parents had in your house that you never see today. Can you imagine what that is? What is something that your parents had in your house that we growing up as a kid you never see today? Right? What do you think that is? We got 15 minutes. 313-334-4203. Give me a call. We're live at the Your Voice Talk Show, just kind of hanging out tonight. Taking it easy on a Sunday. Check us out at Your Voice Talks on Twitter, at Your Voice Talks on the Talker. Send us a message, comments at yourvoicetalkshow.com. 313-334-4203. Give us a call. Otherwise, just chilling with some music now. Winding down the 2-hour segment. Get ready to close it out tonight. Just kind of making a quick review of everything and going at it that way. But all in all, that's pretty much how she went today, the Metro City, this week. The top stories and all the bullcrap going on Twitter are been pretty exciting lately. I've been having a lot of fun on Twitter, and that's right. I paid the $8 for the blue check. I'm a blue check user, and I like the features that the blue check gives me. And it just kind of works, you know. So check us out there at Your Voice Talks on Twitter. A couple more minutes to go. And let's see. Let's go back to the Twitter box here. What else do we got? Let's run the front page and see what people are saying. What do you say? Let me just take you back over here. There you go. Let's see what just pops up here. Kind of my new thing. Here we go. Your Voice Talks Twitter. Oh, okay. So Elon's tweeting here. I am not against Facebook, but what's the difference between eBay and Facebook? Asking for a friend. Twitter drops the bomb. Elon, come on, man. What are we saying? All right. He's trolling. You sell on eBay, but Facebook, they sell you. Oh, slam. Gucci the cat. Won that one. You sell on eBay, but Facebook, they sell you. In my country, apps spy on you. In my country, Russia spy on Facebook. That's what I would tell him, Elon. In my country, Russia spy on Facebook. In Mother Russia, Russia spy on Facebook. I'm here on parole. Look at Facebook jail. Yeah, veteran, dude. No, you might think you're a veteran, but you're not. Veterans aren't there anymore. Somebody responded, I've been making a decent living selling eBay for 11 years. They gouge you on their fees, but it's worth it. Where the traffic is. Tried to sell through Facebook years ago. 0 sales. That's only my experience. Maybe different for others. That's from Blue Star, another blue check user. Let's go back to the inbox. Epic Times. Here's one. Another story that I forgot to mention tonight. Also was about Target and their line of sexual clothing for kids. Second floor, incense, groceries, children's lingerie. You might as well go right to the children's lingerie department over at Target because, it's all about the genitals now. Target wants to make sure that your children have a genitals first lifestyle. That's right. Nothing's more important than understanding what your genitals do and making sure everyone around you understands that as well. Genitals, it's the key to your very existence. Make sure every decision made by you is made in favor of your genitals and their acknowledgement. Okay? I really don't care what adults do behind closed doors, but when you start targeting kids at Target, I see what you did there. Target's new line of queer and transgender clothes for kids, including little girls' bathing suits with tucks for male genitalia, has incited backlash. No shit, Epoch Times and at Target, you dolts. What you think was going to happen, man? Tuck? You think any dude is going to, it's just more proof they're after your kids. They want your boys to not be masculine. They want them to tuck. So you can be like a girl. Just do it, Billy. You can be Belinda. Yeah, it's incited backlash. As it should. All right, let's go to this article real quick. We're going to close out on this. All right, Epic Times, get me there. Hold on. That's me. Oh, nope. Oh, sorry, everybody. Boom, boom, boom. All right, here we go. A Target department store on May 17th, 2023, North Miami Beach, Florida. So we're starting in Florida. Holy shit. NAACP. You know what? This is why the NAACP is putting out the warning like they are. All right, hold on, let me get over here because I'm looking at a different screen at this point. You can look at me. Target department store on May 17, 2023, Miami Beach, Florida. Target Corporation reported first quarter earnings per share of $2.05, down 4.8 cents from $2.1622. The retailer said that second quarter earnings are expected to be below anal cyst estimates. Apparently, Target has anal cysts in their department of anal cysts. Anal cysts estimates, photo by Joe Riedel and Getty Images. Target's new line of queer and transgender clothes for kids, including little girls' bathing suits with tucks for male genitalia, has incited a backlash akin to the Bud Light fallout. Well, Target, you're going to lose billions because any real dad out there is not going to want his boy tucking, being in a girl's bathing suit. The hell? The blowback is specific to the retail giant's recent release. If they say this one more time, LGBTQ light line of clothing and accessories for a few weeks ahead of Pride Month. Pride Month, huh? Pride. Are you deceiving little men, little children? You're ruining the pride that you're destroying and prying apart America's family. Is that something to be proud of? Proud that you're creating transhumanism? Proud? Target. You woke cucks. Capital cuck. To market, eliminating boys' mind. Let's see. The Target is running images on its website of young, effeminate-looking boys modeling little girls' rainbow-colored sports bras and singlets. Sometimes that has especially outraged parents like Lori Clark. Look, ask me about my pronouns. One of the many items found among the Pride merchandise are now sold by Target stores on May 18, 2023. Ask me about my pronouns. Ask me about my genitalia. Oh my God, I'm only 7, but I can tell you what my genitalia does. Yeah, I know. I just want to take up. I really, in all honesty, don't care what you adults do behind closed door when you start targeting kids. That's a no-no. Said the mom from Latoya, Texas. We have brought the fight to. They have brought the fight to us. Don't get mad when we punch back. Clark is among hundreds of parents who have joined social media boycott of Target over the Pride line because it's targeting kids. Look, if you want to sell Pride stuff to adults, okay, then that's fine because adults especially ones that have fully formed brains and frontal cortexes, get to make decisions about themselves. This is why you don't get to drink until you're 21, because that's when the brain is finally fully formed, right? But no, before the brain is finally fully formed, we want to get you dressed in some clothes that make you think you're queer, like half your friends. Target should be ashamed. The store, which has been selling breast binders since December, did not respond to queer inquiries from Epic Times. Of course they did, because it's undefendable. Which is another post I've dealt with this today, in why AP never debunks any of the criticism it gets, because half the stuff coming out of the AP is shit, and it's debunked. It's arguable, right? Half of that stuff is opinion piece, half of the other shit's a lie. Okay, AP for you. That's my thoughts on it. All right, it's fun to read. It's fun to go through and get some of these perspectives, and then you know what? Tear it apart. Just like the whole grading thing that we just talked about here in Troy just a few minutes ago, a little bit back here in the show, about the grading system and honors being removed, and how's that? What is that? What? You're teaching them young to have nothing to look forward to, right? You're teaching them young that a 401k just disappears. It's really not going to be enough for you there, is it? Unfortunately, ignorance of the law is no excuse, and the only way you get to know the rules of the law is when you make a fucking mistake and they kick your ass over it, right? We all need to be lawyers in this country, and if not, you need to just stay home. And really, that's not even your home. You need to stay in your corporate housing, because that's all corporate housing. I'm going to tell you that right now. I think Target needs a Bud Light lesson, and Anheuser-Busch lost more than $5 billion in marketing value, and that was the time of this release. This story. So we'll see how it impacts their sales. The launch of the LGBT merchandise fell the same week. Reuters reported the store's shares dropped about 3%. Dozens of parents have shown their disdain for the LGBT kids' clothes by posting videos they took of themselves at a local Target store displaying the merchandise. And I may do some of that here in the Metro Detroit area. I do a lot of Target shopping or working, and work on a lot of systems that Target has as well. We'll see if I can I'll go there on my own time also. We'll see how that goes. Corporate America's got to watch out for people like me that have access, man. I might be able to get behind your closed doors and find out some shit you don't want nobody to know. And guess what I'm going to do? If it's wrong, I'm going to tell everybody. Yep, I'm going to tell everybody. I'm going to tell out you if I find something in your corporate business. You hear me? I'll expose your ass. I got access to all kinds of corporate shit all over. I'll expose your ass. Don't let me catch you fucking around. Your ass will get exposed. Coming up on the 2-hour mark, we're going to be winding down here a little bit. Of course, Target, like I can find so many examples of how this current what even is it? Is it administration? Is it a government? Is it dictator? We don't even know. But you can't even, let's make that a topic of debate for Wednesday. What would you call this? What we're living under right now? I mean, because it's not a republic type of society we have. It's not even a democratic type of society we have, which is something that we've managed to intertwine into our republic because people are just blinded by capitalism in the style of democracy. All right, layered over a republic. Don't forget that. All right, we are at the 2-hour mark. We're going to close it out tonight. It's been real. It's been fun. It's been real fun. We've not had Mikey Mike. And if you look behind us, if you're just joining us, I'm your host, Alejandro. This is the Your Voice Talk Show that you're looking at here. We got the new banner. We got some notebooks. We got a website. We got merchandise. We got all kinds of little goodies. So give us a look at www.yourvoicetalkshow.com and hit us up over there. And check us out. So wrapping up a Sunday night, I want to thank everybody for showing up. Anybody that stuck around with me tonight and listen to my babble go on about all my craziness and all the stuff that just drives me crazy. That's what we got. So thanks everybody. Thanks for joining us at the Your Voice Talk Show live Sunday night. See us at Kitchens again Wednesdays at 7. YouTube station.